Hi guys. Happy cacao ceremony day. If you guys want to drop in the chat what cacao you're going to be drinking, I would love to see. I got my tantric rose. I'm actually drinking cacao with you guys today, so I'm very excited about that. But let me know what you guys are drinking. Ooh, thriving Tanzania, uplifting Uganda. Beautiful. Ooh, boundless Belize. Definitely one of my favorites. Yay, another tantric rose. Beautiful. Hi, Allie. Welcome to your first ceremony. I'm excited you're here. I love the mushroom one as well. It's so hard for me to choose my favorite, to be honest. I kind of rotate between Boundless Belize, uh, Tantric Rose Blossom, and Mystical Mushroom. I kind of like go through all of those. Beautiful. Ooh, Mystic Mushroom with a little bit of extras. Love it. Ooh, welcome, Marlena. Happy you're here as well. Beautiful. Well, as everyone continues to trickle in, I actually wanted to start today a little bit different than we did last week. I actually picked us a card, an oracle card from one of my favorite decks called the Wild and Sacred Feminine deck. And this isn't
Ooh.
necessarily just for women. It is just about the divine feminine and about understanding the balance of the divine feminine and divine masculine. And it's based in many different traditions, and they've done a ton of research from lots of different cultures. And so I picked us a card, and this was our card today. The dolphin, which is all about
Mm.
embodiment. So I was going to read that. I'm going to let a few more people in first. Wait for everyone to get situated. Welcome everyone who's joining. Ooh, you love dolphins. So do I. So do I. Welcome everybody who's joining. If you guys want to drop in the chat what cacao you're drinking, that'd be super wonderful. So dolphin. The shadow side is disconnection, and the light side is embodiment. Of something far more deeply interfused, emotion and spirit that impels and rolls through all things. William Wordsworth. Dolphin is the keeper of prana, Sanskrit for the energy of pure consciousness, which manifests as your life breath. Like prana, dolphin is both cosmic and embodied, as are you. Primal energy swims through you as you swim through it, saturating you with vital flow. Dolphin dances with this vibrational potential. She effortlessly harmonizes water and air to integrate emotional sensitivity, lively intelligence, fluid movement, and unity consciousness into a joyful totality of being. Today, Dolphin playfully approaches you as a reminder that this quintessential aliveness is intrinsic to your wild and holy nature. Dolphin wisdom celebrates you as a spiritual being who chose to incarnate. She teaches you that you are here to experience the lusciousness and the discomfort of being embodied. This living and breathing are themselves divine. When you feel disconnected from your vital essence, sense the subtle energies pulsing through your body, the heat pooling around your heart, the soothing rhythm of your breath, the sensual pleasure of skin on skin. With this awareness, your presence can expand to fill your whole being. And like dolphin, your enlivening moments will make tangible your boundless spirit. As you open to layers of embodiment, energy that has been constricted may surface to be healed. Proceed slowly and know that emotions can move through you like waves, arising, expressing, and receding. Allow yourself to inhabit this ebb and flow, no matter how comfortable or uncomfortable it may be. To feel the buoyancy of unadulterated joy, you must also be able to experience the gravitas of pain. Friend to those stranded at sea, dolphin ensures that you will not get lost in this vast ocean of feeling. How will you be saved? Breath. Dolphins' exuberant embodiment is closely linked to their mastery of breath. They hold theirs and swim underwater. When they surface, a powerful clearing exhale proceeds with the next exhale. To move energy and release emotion, dolphin guides you to practice letting go through deep out breath. Then, as you breathe in, welcome in the flow of spirit into your physical body. This full breath of life connects you to something deeply interfused, a motion that runs through all things. I wanted to share that today. I felt like that was pretty powerful. That was the card I picked for us, is the dolphin. It's so beautiful. It is wild and sacred feminine deck. I'll write that in the chat. Beautiful. Gotta let a couple more friends in. Amazing. Well, today we are joined by Vivian. I'm super excited. I'd like to introduce her as a spiritual and personal development coach specializing in crystal therapy. Her work integrates mindset, energetics, and spiritual wisdom to offer grounded tools to you guys for transformation. And she's deeply dedicated to reminding people that they are never alone or powerless and that their greatest strength is their connection to the divine. Perfectly in tune with the card that I just read. So I love that. So Vivian, I would love to hand over the room to you.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy about the card. I saw it before when we had our little like catch up before we started letting people in. But what I didn't share is that the dolphin is actually one of my favorite animals. And now that I heard the transmission for the card, I was like, wow, this is so on point for what I wanted to share with the group today. So I'm glad that the synchronicities are always, the little filaments of light are always tethering together. So, welcome everyone. My name is Vivian. For those of you who haven't sat in any of the circles that I've shared for Aura, I'm a personal and spiritual development coach, and I specialize in crystal therapy, like our lovely host. Hi, like our lovely host shared, and um, a little bit about the crystalline therapy or the crystal therapy is working with crystals multidimensionally in order for us to have a different and oh yeah, let's just say a different way of accessing different parts of our consciousness. And something that dolphins do is help us access different parts of our consciousness as well. They're so intelligent, and in their playfulness, they teach us so many different things. And even with like their frequency, the way that they like giggle, the way they laugh, the way they smile, and the way that they communicate with each other, there's so much that's actually being transmitted in that sound in their sonars. And so that's just what wanted to come through about dolphins right now for whatever reasons, the correlation between dolphins and crystals. But let's go ahead and grab our cups of cacao. Welcome once again to the new people that are joining for the first time. We always take a moment to bless our cacao, to share an invocation so that we really settle into the space. And when we give our blessing for cacao, that in itself is like a very sacred, let's say like invisible line of demarcation where we are separating our mundane, our regular day to day from the sacred. And we're stepping into this sacred space, this virtual sacred space, and this maybe physical or invisible sacred space wherever you're consuming your cacao today. And so we'll go ahead and bring our cups of cacao to the heart space. And go ahead and take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Another full deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. And at this point, maybe you are catching the wonderful aroma of your earthy cacao. And that scent acting as a doorway. Just by its scent, the medicine of cacao is already awakening us, moving through us. So we give thanks, Great Spirit, for another opportunity to sit in sacred space. Thank you for the opportunity to be in community and to sit and sip with the beverage of cacao. Thank you to all of the farmers that tended to the land to grow these crops. We ask that their hands be blessed so they continue to tend to these wonderful trees and fruits of cacao. May their families be blessed. And may they carry this wisdom from generation to generation, show the younger generations how to also be stewards for the land, how to live in sacred reciprocity, to how to read the messages of the soil, the messages of the birds and the insects, the messages of the leaves and their colors, and the wonderful, beautiful, vibrant colors of the pods of cacao. Thank you to the heart of the earth, Mother Earth, Pachamama, for the nourishment, the sustenance, this beautiful, unique planet where we can find all that we need to survive, to thrive, to learn, grow, play, explore, to live, to truly live, to take in this human experience, and to share this experience with all of our relations, with all of the other living beings that are also maybe experiencing planet Earth for the first time in curiosity, in full presence. The winged ones, the four-legged, multi-legged ones, to the ones with scales and gills that swim in the sea. We give thanks to the heart of the waters, the sacred waters, waters of life. Thank you for being the living library of Gaia's memories, holding her wisdom within your molecular structure. These waters that remind us how to move with the ebbs and flows, cycles of change, and the waves of our emotions. The water that reminds us that in order to float, we have to surrender and let go. To be in the present moment in the element of trust. And it's in that surrender, in that trust, that we can be carried by the current of divine intelligence that flows through all of life. Giving thanks to the heart of the fire, a sacred fire, element of alchemy, transformation, purification. We give thanks to the sacred flame that dances within our hearts, the flame that illuminates our spirits, the flame that guides our way, this inner lighthouse that we have. Thank you to the keepers of the sacred fire, those that dance around the fire, sing around the fire, pray around the fire, those that keep the sacred fire lit, so that our prayers continue to be carried up into the ethers. May we remember this inner flame that we carry within us, especially as we move into the darker months of the year here in the Northern Hemisphere. Giving thanks to the heart of the four winds, this wonderful, amazing breath that we breathe, the most abundant gift that we have in this lifetime, with us every moment, since we emerged from the womb to the moment just before we depart this earth. Our breath is our constant companion. Our breath can also be a teacher. Our breath can also be a healer. And there's that prana, the animating force in the breath. The prana that connects us to this endless stream of consciousness. That's what we take in every time we breathe. And so let's take a deep breath in. Hold it at the top and feel the life force circulating, penetrating all of your cells As you gently exhale, let it go. We give thanks to all of the elders who have been the guardians of this medicine, carrying this wisdom from generation to generation, sharing the magic and the medicine of cacao with people all over the world. And we give thanks to the spirit of cacao, this wonderful medicine that serves as a key to the portal of our hearts, that connects people from all over the world, that weaves paths, ideas, stories, creativity, that knows how to play the strings of our heart so that we can be in tune with the harmony of love, the harmony of life. May this medicine serve our highest and greatest good. And may we serve as living, breathing, walking, talking examples of what the medicine of cacao can do. Let's take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Considering your intention for the day, allowing that intention to well up in your heart. And as you have the clarity of that intention, you can take a deep breath in and blow it into your cup of cacao, infusing your intention into your medicine. And you may sip your cacao. Thank you. Okay. So feel free to put your intentions in the chat if you feel called to share. If there's anyone that would like to share voice to voice, you're more than welcome to take yourself off mute and share your intention with the group. More patience and pause. Yeah. Patience was definitely me yesterday. Steady and anchored. My intention is to continue to reconnect with my creative passions and share them with community. Devotion to serve others. To stand up strong in the vibration of love, to embody this vibe. Embody, word of the day. Healing of the relationship, healing of the heart, and healing of the health. Aho. Create clarity in my sacred space. So I have a question for you guys. Has anyone noticed, like, talking about a wave of emotions, has anyone noticed any, let's say, tidal waves that came along with this eclipse? I know I'm not the only one. Mm. Oh, well, blessings to you, Nikki. Aho, you go be woman yoga teacher and host wonderful sold out retreats. Lean into the unknown. Okay. So, I definitely felt a lot come up during this last eclipse. And to be honest, I thought I was kind of like on the safe side. I was like, oh, you know what? I think I'm good. So far, like nothing unexpected happened. Um, I didn't read too much about like what the eclipse was about. I was like, you know what, if anything comes up, it'll just be an invitation for me to like be aware of what shows up rather than just automatically connecting dots to things that may or may not resonate with what the eclipse theme was. And so I still don't know what the theme of the eclipse was. However, I do know that I was like so emotionally raw. And it really came out of nowhere. I was having dinner with my nephew. He was visiting me in New York City. I was taking him around, and we're sitting down, having a bowl of pho. And it's literally like someone just went, shoot, wiped over my consciousness, and all of a sudden I was just like so hyper aware of everything that I was feeling, and I was just like, this is way more intense than it needs to be for a bowl of pho. I just felt I felt my emotions. I felt so connected to my nephew. I felt his emotions. I had like this whole flash of my life before my eyes. When I tell you it was the most intense bowl of pho I've ever had, it was full on. And so since then, I've been I've been feeling almost like, let's say, the band-aid was ripped off, and when you peel that band-aid back, sometimes a little bit of the skin or the scar tissue comes through. And I had a client that was also telling me how she felt she was really going into one of her core wounds. And I was like, okay, well, that's good. It's okay to go there. And wound is a key word. When sometimes we go through like these phases and we're like, well, why is this wound still here? And I said, well, if you're calling it a wound, that implies that it still hasn't healed, and that's okay. And so that's what I feel right now. I feel like we're going in, having some cleansing happening, a little, maybe sprinkling a little hydrogen peroxide. Things are bubbling and feeling a little sizzly. And now that's an opportunity to let it breathe, right? So now that we've moved through this, we're letting it breathe. I've been feeling this since September 9th, 999 energy portal. Yeah, I mean, it's been a month of the waves, the ups and the downs, or let's say like it crashes onto shore, the wave pulls back, and it's in that moment of pulling back, you're like, oh, that was great. I can see some seashells on the shore now, maybe pick them up, put them in your pocket, and then the wave comes back again. And so, in that rawness, I've just been feeling like, okay, I think collectively we've all felt it, and we're going through it maybe just a little bit. So I was like, well, what would I even like, what do I need right now? What would we all need? And for me it was just like, I just need like some TLC, some nourishment, some rest, some pause. And so today in the Mayan Cosmovision, we are moving through the energy of Nine Kawak. And Kawak, so in the Mayan Cosmovision, there are 20 energies called Nawales. And you can think of them as kind of like zodiacs. If you had to have like a Western astrology comparison, you can think of them as like archetypal energies. So there are 20 Nawales, and there are 13 numbers. So the 13 numbers serve as a volume dial on the characteristics of the Nawal that it is attached to. So today the combination is the number 9 with the energy of Kawak. Kawak represents a few things. Is It is known as the Nawal of the midwives. So, this energy of bringing something new into the world. When we think of a midwife, the midwife is not just there during the birthing process, right? Like when someone seeks out a midwife, it's like, okay, the conception has happened. I want you to be there throughout the whole process, holding my hand, checking in with me. Um, I want you there for the birth. Guide me through it. Help me remember that I have everything I need to birth this new idea, this new being, this new light into the world. And then there's also that nurturing and that care and the TLC that happens afterwards. Um, we see that a lot more, in more traditional cultures where the TLC is just as important as like the of postpartum is just as important as the prepartum. So when I was considering this energy of Kawak, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling that grandmother energy that wants to come in, that wants to just like hold you, and not necessarily even cheerlead or coach you through the push part. It is that energy that um, will hold your hand, but no one can push for you or to. It's you and that process of the pulse and the contraction and the expansion that's going to move you through that space of discomfort. And so when I'm thinking about this energy of Kawak, it's like understanding that we need this container, right? So right now we're in this container and we have this container where we can be replenished. And in this container where we can be replenished, we can also remember that like we are resourceful and we have what we need to continue to move forward. Um, and with this energy of Kawak with the number 9, it's this energy of the divine feminine. Ah la la, once again with this deck coming in. So the energy of the divine feminine, qualities of nurturing, qualities of leaning into the unknown, right? So one of the qualities about the feminine is it is the unknown. It's this the fertile darkness, the untapped potential. And when we think about potential in this way, like the feminine and potential could be anything, right? We don't necessarily know what it will become. And that's part of the magic of potential. When you say something has potential, it's like, okay, you can see what it can become. However, it can become so many things when we also do not restrict it, when we don't have too many preconceived notions or definitions of what that potential will be molded into. Now, there are instances where, yeah, you want to have something very clear and defined, but when we're talking about this energy of potential, when you allow it to be in its feminine essence, you allow it to naturally unfold. And in that space, like in this space of like the potential and the divine feminine and the midwife, it's like, okay, there is already this natural intelligence in gestation and in birthing. So when we allow that natural intelligence to let's say lead the way and run the show, then we allow the awe to come in. And now we're in this rhythm and this synchronicity of life, like what we are contributing to it and what it is contributing, this co-creation. And when I was leaning into this energy of Nine Kawak and like just all of the different waves of energy that have been moving through, another aspect of Kawak is the storm. So the storm that creates a clearing, right? I can see clearly now that the rain is gone situation. Right? This breath of fresh air after the storm clears, this newfound clarity after the storm clears, right? It's like, let's say the storm, the rain has been coming down. You can see maybe just a few yards or a few feet, a few meters in front of you. The storm clears, and all of a sudden, you have this newfound perspective on the horizon. And, there's all of this is happening, yes, energetically, it's happening like metaphorically. It can also be happening physically, in the way that our bodies are releasing and purging. You may have noticed, if someone has noticed like their body also moving through some purges, I think I've seen in the chat like some people saying they've just been so tired recently. Oh, yeah. That's a symptom of an energetic purge of, and what I wanted us to do today, is a meditation that'll assist us in everything that we've been moving through, and I'll share more about that in a moment. But first, I'd love to hear from maybe one or two of you what is resonating for you, what you've been moving through personally, or anything else that is coming up for you. And you can feel free to unmute yourself.
Hi, Vivian. Um, so this is a little personal. I'm having to have a challenging conversation with a brother of mine. I'm literally forcing myself to say this out loud. I won't get into the particulars, but I just like really want to be able to do what I said, like be patient and pause. And if I don't have the conversation, like these tidal waves, like I mentioned, were like really making me antsy, and I'm just not going to be able to feel comfortable with myself. So I'm trying to be in tune with that. And I love what you just said before about, can't remember exactly what it was. Sorry, playing over how, just being open to what could be possible, without like having preconceived notions. And that's really, really what I'm trying. So I so appreciate it. And it's just an emotional situation, and it hasn't gone well in the past, any conversations. So I'm just trying new approaches, a new approach. And just wanted to mention that's what's going on for me personally. So I'm just looking to be more supported, in that respect of kind of being brave to be able to get through it.
Thank you so much for sharing, Michelle. Yeah, I can tell it's going to be a difficult conversation just by the way that you were choking up a bit. And I also want to honor like your bravery and how you decided to speak up and share in this circle is only a reflection of how you're also able to speak up and say what you need to say in this difficult conversation. So I trust that you will continue to let your heart guide you and follow your intuition and your gut in this situation, and you'll know what to say, when to say it, or maybe what not to say. So
Yes.
thank you. I
So much.
appreciate it.
Thank you for your support.
Would anyone else like to share?
Hello, everyone. Hey, hello. Um, I'm happy to share my story quickly with you, beautiful souls. First of all, thank you for letting me to be in here. Couple of weeks, month back, I had a cacao ceremony with you, and my question was that, is there anything to do for me with this the holistic yoga teaching, women coach something that was absolutely culminating in my head. And then I saw myself during the meditation with a yoga mat in my head, in my hand, and seeing that I'm going up to the North Sea and hundreds of women waiting for me to start a yoga lesson. And that was during the meditation. And meanwhile, I had a really, really very payment multinational company, very serious job. And then during the meditation, I was seeing that office building and I was looking up to the building, and that became a prison in a moment in the meditation. And it was really powerful. So since that, I really stepped into this new level of serving of mine. And then yesterday, I had this first online yoga class for women who are really praying for being pregnant. So that's my story quickly. And in the middle of October, I will have this workshop for women, and that's the first big workshop of mine. So I'm a little bit scared, very much excited, and yeah. So I'm having the answers and the questions from Pachamama. So thank you for being the channel. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. That's so beautiful how you had like all of those revelations. It's almost like the veil was totally lifted and you saw things for what they actually were in your life. So I love that. And I love that you are also just trusting the timing and the way that things are unfolding in your life. And I hope that you just continue to walk in that direction and walk in the direction of where you're being called. It's such beautiful work. So thank you. Okay, so for today, I would love for us to do a short meditation. It'll be about 11 minutes. And this meditation comes from the Kundalini yoga tradition, which I love to practice. I am like a huge cheerleader for Kundalini yoga. I know it's like not for everyone. It can be so intense, but it's there are some more simpler meditations that you can go into, and that's going to be one of the ones that we do today. So this meditation is called the White Hole Mudra, and it is used for deep healing. So it's called the White Hole Mudra of deep healing. When we say deep healing, that can be interpreted in a variety of ways. It's like however it's resonating for you. But this is a meditation that's also used for mental clarity and to alleviate any type of like neurotic behaviors, or let's say any type of neuroses or addictions. And what kind of sparked this idea of having the meditation today? It sounds like a few things, everything I've been going through. I was like, oh, like what's one of like the sweetest meditations that I can think of, like off the top of my head? This was one. And another was like a lecture that I was listening to that had a bit to say about addiction, but not in the context that we typically think of it. It spoke of like procrastination being an addiction, food being an addiction. You know, now like our phones are such a big thing. So it's like, oh, anything that takes you out of life. And I'm like, oh, well, I know for a fact in my line of work, when people move into this emotional space, it's like, oh, they automatically go for their default, which would be their coping mechanism or their numbing agent, which it's like their addiction, which, you know, I know it sounds like so like, oh my gosh, addiction. It could has like this kind of negative connotation to it, but we all have our things. So I was like, okay, perfect. So the white hole meditation, this will be great. It's simple enough. And it also incorporates chanting, which I love because When we incorporate the sound current into a meditation, it really helps us to tune ourselves to, let's say, the frequency, the vibration that we're trying to access, or whatever the intention is for the meditation, more easily. It also serves as a really great balance and mediator for the brain. When we do allow ourselves to chant, it's so much easier for our brain waves to synchronize and to move into an altered state. So it is simple. We do it sitting down. Wherever you're sitting now is perfect. The mudra, it looks like this. So the top of the index finger are touching and the thumbs are touching. The rest of their fingers are kind of curled at the base of the hand. Yeah, there you go. So they say that these curled fingers serve as like the gatekeepers to this white hole. And this is, you can think of this white hole as almost like this tunnel of light that carries you into bliss, that it carries you into your truth, into authenticity, into this ecstasy of the heart of love. So we'll hold this mudra just about 6 inches in front of our face. The shoulders are relaxed. If you feel that this will be too uncomfortable for you, you can just bring one hand to the navel, to the solar plexus right here. And then the other hand will be palm facing out. That's the mudra. The mantra is Ra Ma Da Sa Sa Se So Hung. And that's going to go in the chat. No worries. That's going in the chat. It'll also be played in the music. So eventually you'll catch on. Now, these all represent the different elements. So Ra, Ma, Da, Sa. We have the sun, the moon, the earth, and I love that the Sa incorporates what they say is like the impersonal infinity, right? It's consciousness, it's unity, it's you. So, and you can also just say like, oh, it's aether, right? When you think of like the 5 elements, it's aether, it's akasha, space. So when you do that, we'll be saying Rama Da Sa Sa Se So Hung. If you can do a hung, bringing like the to the tip of the roof of the mouth, that'd be great. So that's like you're resonating. This meditation is known to like balance the pineal and the pituitary glands. So there's always more than one thing happening at once in any given meditation. So I invite you to just allow the meditation to move through you, to course through you. Whenever I go into this meditation, my intention is to just allow myself to honor the space of the heart and whatever my heart is needing at that time, wherever I'm feeling tender, is just to allow the healing essence, the healing frequency of this meditation to make its way in and serve me in whatever way I need, right? This element of the potential, right? So, any questions before we begin? The breath will happen primarily between the mantras. So once you say sa, se, so, hung, there'll be a small pause where you inhale. And then you'll continue into the next one. You may need to take a sip of air before you end the full mantra, and that's okay. Eventually, you'll find your own rhythm with the chanting and your breath. When we finish the meditation, I'll guide you into an inhale where you'll hold. I'll invite you to squeeze the muscles of the spine, and you can do that by bringing your elbows back and shining your heart forward. That'll help to concentrate the energy into your center line. And then after that, I'll just guide you into feeling the effects of the meditation. Alrighty, ready to begin? Wonderful. So go ahead and bring the mudra in front of your face. Index finger touch, thumbs touch. The rest of the fingers are curled into the palm. Shoulders are relaxed. Gently close the eyes. Allow the mantra to soften you. Bringing the elements within you into harmony. Allow the mantra to pour over you. Notice any resistance. And use the chant to go through the resistance. Final moments, chant from the heart. one. Deep breath in and hold it at the top. Squeeze the muscles along the spine. Arch your spine forward, shine your heart forward. Hold the mudra, exhale. Deep breath in. Hold the breath in. Feel the energy circulating in your center. Exhale. Hold the mudra. One more deep breath in. Hold it at the top and squeeze the energy of the spine. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And exhale, relax the mudra. Bring the hands to the knees, to the lap. Keep the eyes closed. And just notice the effects of the meditation. Thinking of someone that you love. Allow that feeling to well up in your heart. Allow that love to fill you up like it's pouring into a chalice, and let it overflow. Take a deep breath in, sigh it out. Gently fluttering the eyes open, coming back to the space. How was that for you guys? Good. I think we have time for just one share if anyone would like to share. their experience if something came up for them. Okay, Becky, no worries. Thanks for being here.
I found myself saying saw 3 times in a row on accident. I was like, saw, saw, saw. Oh no. I kept having to open my eyes a couple of times in order to remember that da comes before saw. But that was more of the human brain thinking about things. But
Maybe saw's just the element you needed.
I guess so. I guess so. What stuck out to me the most was the hung part. When I got Reiki attuned, my Reiki practitioner, she attuned me with a blue hung in my heart. And I have chills just like talking about it. Actually, it's like it was really powerful. Like I had no idea what a hung was, and when she showed me, I was like, "Whoa, that's cool!" So to like say the word and not necessarily just feel the symbol in my body was really wild. I definitely like got in my head a little bit and was like, "I'm not saying it right," or like I was like, my pitch was way off, and I was like, "Sa sa," like I went up and down. I was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" But at the same time, like it was so beautiful to do something out of my comfort zone in that way. And to say it's almost like I did 75 days total of Eckankars, which is also Kundalini yoga. And it challenged me as well because I would forget different things, but this was to feel the cacao also working through my system, and just a lot of interesting synchronicities, and it was just beautiful to be able to share with everyone. And thank you for letting me share my experience. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Maddie. That's beautiful. I love that. And yeah, don't get in the mind about pitch or anything. Like you can always play with pitch too, like Ramadasa, you know? It's whatever, however it wants to move through you. Sheila.
Thank you, Vivian. That was lovely. That was really, I could feel the mantra moving through me, and I kept yawning, and I'm not tired. It was just moving a lot of stagnant energy, and sounding or oming or toning. Any of those are really hit or miss with my cat. She's very fussy, and she came over and sat on my lap when I was doing it, so it's definitely Ripley approved.
Yay! I love whenever a pet like approves. I'm like, yes, we're on the right track. Beautiful. Well, thank you all so much for joining. Thank you for staying open and trying this meditation, especially if it was something totally new for you. We'll go ahead and close this circle by bringing the hands into prayer and rubbing the palms together, creating some friction, some heat. We'll take a deep breath in. Exhale, let our palms face outward, sharing all of this wonderful, beautiful, nurturing, loving energy that we've cultivated with our surroundings, with our environment. I'm giving thanks to the heart of the sky, giving thanks to the heart of the earth, giving thanks to the heart of the water, giving thanks to the heart of the fire, giving thanks to all 4 winds that we breathe, giving thanks to this beautiful community, and giving thanks to the heart of Cacao. Thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I will post a picture of the card as well as the description about the card in the group chat so everybody can see it again. Just wanted to let everyone know about that. Thank you guys. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Blessings. Stay calm.